Well, you know what they say, better late than never. Hey there guys, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. Today we're hopping over to Disney Plus to check out Season 1 of The Mandalorian. This show was created by the wonderful Jon Favreau, and it stars a humongous cast of really talented people. And I'm really hyped to talk about this show, even though this is a year in the making. And this video is also being filmed completely in preparation for Season 2, which is supposed to be released this fall. Finally got a chance to binge through the first season with my girlfriend recently, and I'm really excited to discuss this with you guys. So here we go, The Mandalorian. This series is set 5 years after the fall of the Empire and Return of the Jedi, and 25 years before the emergence of the First Order that we see in The Force Awakens. And we follow a Mandalorian bounty hunter named Din Djarin in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. Now, before I continue further with this video, thank you all so much for clicking on the video and stopping by. I hope you guys enjoy your stay. If any of you guys are new here, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can so you don't miss any of my future content. And please make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video by the end if you enjoyed it. So let's talk The Mandalorian for a little bit, shall we? As a huge nerd for Star Wars, I was pumped for this. And especially as someone who finds Boba Fett super underrated and the ultimate badass in the entire universe, I was hyped. But I will say that the Star Wars universe has had a pretty up and down last couple of years, to say the least. Even though I personally loved the sequel trilogy, it was not universally acclaimed like the original trilogy was. And you also have a couple of anthology films that came out. I personally had a lot of fun watching Solo in the theaters. Rogue One, I wasn't really a huge fan of, to be honest. Now, I realize that is such an unpopular opinion, but that is the amazing thing about film, television, and all of entertainment, really. It's subjective. We all have different opinions. It is completely okay for me to love the sequel trilogy, just like it's okay for all of you guys to hate the sequel trilogy. I love discussing things with people, even if the opinions differ a little. But point being, lately the Star Wars universe has divided its fan base recently. But you know what else I've noticed? I have talked to a lot of people who have seen The Mandalorian before binging through this, and not one person hated it. Ever since the very thrilling pilot episode, every single person I've talked to about this show has loved it. And you know what, guys? You're looking at another big fan right here. I dug the crap out of the first season of The Mandalorian. I can't wait to see more from it. I mean, this show has got everything, guys. The action is exciting, the acting is phenomenal, the cinematography and these set pieces and these locations are so beautiful. I love this environment. Creator Jon Favreau has done it again. With The Mandalorian, Favreau has essentially created a Western within the Star Wars universe. And seeing as how I love both genres, yes, this is the stuff I love to see. Now let's talk about these performances. Pedro Pascal. Holy shit, Din Djarin is a badass. And don't worry, just in case you have not seen The Mandalorian yet, I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. But there is a ton of heart and soul that is thrown into this character, even though he's a man behind a mask. And as the show continues, as we get more episodes, and especially once it gets towards the amazing last 2 episodes of this season, as we learn more about him, his backstory is just so heartbreaking. I was completely behind this guy. Pedro Pascal, you nailed it, my friend. I cannot wait to see more of your work on this character in Season 2. Now, speaking of those final 2 episodes, that's when the series introduces us to who I can only assume is the series villain, Moff Gideon, played by Gus Fring himself, Giancarlo Esposito. If you guys watched my TV thoughts of Breaking Bad, you guys are already well aware that Gus is one of my favorite TV villains of all time. And with that knowledge, was there really any other choice for Moff Gideon? He was excellent as usual. Intimidating, very menacing, but he still comes across as respectful as he can to get his way. I love him. I love his acting. So good. Gina Carano is in this series, and she plays a character named Kara that Din Djarin meets along his journey, and she is super badass. Really cool. I dug the crap out of her stunt work, and her acting was really great as well to go along with it. Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed himself. Holy shit, was he good in this show. Lots of really funny moments with him, but also some moments that really got me emotionally. How about Nick Nolte as the voice of Queel? I love this performance, and I also really love the look of this creature. The animatronics, the puppetry, and the physical performance and the prosthetics are all wonderful. To me, it brings back a lot of memories from the earlier days of Star Wars with the practical effects and the puppetry for these characters. Queel was awesome. How about my dude Taika Waititi as IG-11? Really cool, loved his performance as well. And I found this character actually very similar to Finn from the sequel trilogy, a stormtrooper who defects to the good side, mainly because something doesn't feel right about him being a stormtrooper. And in the same sense, IG-11 is actually reprogrammed by Queel to be a healer instead of somebody who hurts people. But once he is reprogrammed, he essentially turns into the series Baymax, who is one of my favorite comic reliefs in all of Disney's filmography. Ugh, so awesome. I love IG-11. Again, no spoilers, but all I'll say is what they do with his character by the end of the season made me so sad. Now, the final character I want to discuss with you guys is probably the most GIF-worthy character of all time in film, television, you name it, the child. And yeah, what everybody says is true. This thing is freaking adorable. Even though everybody's calling him Baby Yoda. Now, this may be picky of me, but that's very misleading. You gotta remember, this show is set after Return of the Jedi. And I'm sorry, the movie came out in 1983. Spoiler alert, Yoda dies in Return of the Jedi. The Yoda is deceased. He is no more. So therefore, the child is not the Baby Yoda. Take that, Lauren. Now, instead of Baby Yoda, if you had told me that this was Yoda's species in infant form, then I would give you a pass, as specific as that terminology may be. But in short, to those specific, no, this is not the Yoda. But regardless of who this little guy is and his background, the moments with the child astound me in the best way possible. And again, if I go too deep into spoiler territory, if I talk about these moments in any more detail, all I'll say is just go watch the show if you haven't yet. Now, all this praise for The Mandalorian makes it sound like it's an A+ production, just absolutely perfect. It is certainly an excellent first season. I cannot wait to see season 2, and if they want to go beyond a season 2, I am completely game for that. But I do have one small issue with The Mandalorian, and it's kind of a nitpick. I kind of wanted more time for these episodes. I wish they were a little bit longer. I wanted more content out of these episodes. And that's not to say what we get is not good, because it's excellent. I don't know, maybe this is just a case of me being a fanboy or something, but point being, I'm a big fan. The Mandalorian is a great show. I cannot wait to see season 2. All the Emmy nominations for this show are well deserved. I'm going to give The Mandalorian season 1 an A. What else is there really to say about this show, guys? All 8 episodes of the first season are on Disney Plus right now. Please check them out if you haven't already. If you already have, please go watch them again in preparation for season 2. What do you guys think of The Mandalorian? What is your favorite episode? And are you guys excited to see season 2? I'd like to know all of your thoughts down in the comments section below. As you guys know, I am completely game to talk film, television, everything with you guys. And I want to thank you all so much, as always, for tuning into the video today. Please be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can on your way out. You guys are awesome. Seriously. Thank you all so much for your support of the channel so far. Look forward to more fun content very soon. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.